welcome to The Ripple Effect. I'm Jessica from Solidarity Community Federal Credit Union, along with Kim Graves.
Good morning.
We are really excited about The Ripple Effect. It's an opportunity for us to take some time to interview these great nonprofits we have in Kokomo. And today we have Anna Maria Schrock. She's the president of the Kokomo Symphonic Society. Welcome, Anna Maria.
Welcome, and hello. I shouldn't say welcome, but yes, hello, and it's good to be here. Happy to be here early in the morning and discuss the symphony, and thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Let's talk, like you said, about the symphony. Okay. What is the Kokomo Symphony Orchestra?
The addition of strings makes it a full orchestra, symphonic orchestra. We have pieces that we play where we'll have a smaller chamber orchestra, which means it's, strings and maybe a few brass and a few woodwinds, up to a full orchestra. We'll do pieces where it's 64 people.
Wow.
Everything from, the oboes and bassoons, but it even means harps. It means...
Love that.
Yeah, piano.
Saxophone.
Oh, everything.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I played the saxophone in high school. Do you know that?
No.
Alto sax and then bari sax for
I
marching
want to play
band.
the tuba.
You'd be a great tuba player. I love that.
Well, I played clarinet and bass clarinet in the concert band. So, yeah, I had the big low thing, too.
How much do they practice?
Well, we are a professional, it is a professional orchestra. So the individuals that are there are all people who play in other orchestras. They teach music.
A lot of this music, when they're teaching it and when they're playing it, this is their full-time job.
Yeah, they a lot of them have to have other jobs to supplement because, unfortunately, for professional musicians, there just are not that many places where you could do that as a full-time thing. You have to be a huge orchestra with a large foundation and audience like the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra, where you could probably actually exist working as just an orchestra member.
Okay.
And maybe doing some side things like teaching lessons or something.
Teaching the youth because you have a youth program.
Yeah. And so, but for an orchestra like Kokomo, you do only maybe 5 performances during the year. So what you're going to do is you're going to look and see if West Lafayette, the Lafayette Symphony needs someone, the Fort Wayne, Anderson, Carmel.
So they hop around to all the different places.
Yes. And it makes it kind of difficult for us sometimes because we will have a list of the instruments we need for pieces. And then you have kind of like a list of who you would like to have at the top of your list.
Okay.
And you have a person that it is their job to just sit there on the phone or texting and see if you can fill those spots. And, you send out an email at the beginning and say, we're doing a concert on, like we have an upcoming concert in October. So she goes through the list. Her name is Hannah. She goes through the list and she starts calling or texting or emailing and seeing who will do it.
Now, talking about the folks who perform with the orchestra, do we have any local folks who play?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Yes. And the Whitfords and, Jeremy Snyder, who's also,
Northwestern band director, right?
Yeah, Northwestern band director. And Matt Gerhardt also at Northwestern. And he does a lot of the keyboard when we need piano or organ or, harpsichord, something like that.
Now, with Kokomo schools doing the different programs like at Wallace where they play the strings, they learn to play the keyboard. It's hopeful that we might have a very Kokomo-centric orchestra in the next 15 to 20 years.
Yes. And we have people who have gone through our youth orchestra and gone on to have done music as a profession. Last year for our opening concert, we had Alicia Burnett, she actually started with the Kokomo Symphony Youth Orchestra.
That's so great.
Yeah, and then
cool.
switched to opera and got her degree in opera and has sang all over the world. And we brought her back for our opening concert, and she did some pieces for us.
It was
with the
beautiful.
orchestra. It was beautiful. Yes, it was very good. And she's kind of like a favorite because she's been back a few times because she still has family in the area and she likes to come back. So we're always happy to have her join us.
Absolutely. Now, I know that for a while, the instructor for the strings and the keyboards out at Wallace, Mr. Carey, was part of the symphony. Is he still involved?
Yes.
Yes, he
yes. Yes. He is on our board, and he's also the head of our youth orchestra. He directs that, and he gives lessons, and he's in charge of making sure we have people. If we need a cello instructor, it's his job to find a cello instructor, and he teaches violin and viola, I believe. And and so our program was been around for decades, and it's really nice because if a kid needs help financially, we have people who specifically donate to the Kokomo Symphonic Society with, the specific kind of designation that it needs to go to youth. And we can then give scholarships, and if they need help, like paying for those lessons, it's done.
Do you have a place on your website that if people would like to donate?
And we just revived our website. It's easier to use. Thank you. And on it, you can see all about our youth program, how much it costs per semester, what it's going to cost you to rent an instrument, where to get that instrument, who the instructors are. It gives you, phone numbers to call or websites to go to, or, emails to send so that you can get a hold of these people and get your kids signed up. And then what kids do is once they start playing and they're at a level where they feel comfortable, then we have a youth orchestra. And you don't have to be strings to be in the youth orchestra. We have people that just do it as kind of a side thing, and they want to be with a group of kids. And
how many kids do you think, in the past have signed up for the classes?
Oh my gosh. We used to have a pretty robust program. Then Wallace started doing strings and
the keyboard.
And so
and
that
viola, I believe.
Yeah, and that kind of slowed it down. But, we get... and then when the pandemic hit, that just wiped everything out.
Right.
And we were doing pretty well. And now, we get 10.
So if parents are watching and you have some kiddos that maybe play a string instrument or are interested in getting more involved with the local arts scene,
or
it's a good opportunity.
Yeah, or just want to get involved with music, because not every kid is out at Eastern or attends Wallace. And we have homeschool parents who are looking for opportunities for their kids to have additional kind of learning. And, everybody knows that music is a great way to stimulate the right side of the brain and the left side of the brain. You not only get the artistic and creative part, but you also get that math brain going too, because just the way music...
You got to be able to read it, right?
Yeah, what it does to your brain, it's great.
We had piano lessons when we were kids.
Did you?
Yeah,
You
and we
think
had
you
a
can still
piano
play?
in our house. I could probably. I'm not sure that you would want me center stage.
Yeah. I think I can still play "Ode to Joy" though on the piano.
There's a couple of songs that I can play. So
it's important kids have a well-rounded life, and when we raised our kids, we said, we encourage them to do a sport and do music, because we have 2 girls, and the importance of being part of a team is great for girls.
Oh, yeah.
But that creative part, that has to be taken care of, music. And so our girls were both in piano lessons. They were both in choirs. And my one daughter even continued into college.
Wow.
And played piano, took performance classes, and was part of the choirs at Butler too.
Yeah.
And so just they really enjoyed it, and it's a great experience for people. It really is fulfilling.
It gives you a comfort level.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. When we get into our vehicles, we turn on the music.
Oh, yeah.
When we're at home, we turn on the music, or we may even turn on a channel on TV that just plays music.
It makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Helps you
Well,
relax.
and
relaxing.
people, it's so funny. They have this idea about what symphonic music is, and they think of these old people sitting in a big, auditorium type setting, listening to Brahms and Beethoven, and it's stuffy, and they just don't think it's them, and really, we are surrounded by that music everywhere.
Yeah.
Especially if you go to the movies. I mean, can you imagine Harry Potter or Star Wars or
Any movie.
without
movie,
a
yeah.
without a soundtrack?
That's right. And it could change the vibe of the whole movie if it
Yeah,
has,
I mean, it
depending on the sound.
is, and everybody has their soundtrack in their life. I mean, you think of music, you think of any kind of, what do I want to say, real celebration in your life, and music
Right.
It's always
It
a part
just
of it.
makes me
is part of it.
Yep.
It triggers, you hear a song, I remember that from my wedding, or I remember that from church, or I remember that from prom, or I remember that from high school, or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's because we're surrounded. But, the big music of the symphony is very, very much part of that too, because, I mean, John Williams, who is a, modern composer, has written so many large orchestral type pieces for the Olympics, for Harry Potter, for E.T.
Did he do Star Wars?
Yes.
I mean, think of the.
Yeah, I mean-
I think that's funny that you even know that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't watch a movie
Wow.
without, Oh, and I think also he was part of the Indiana Jones.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he definitely was. Now, Kim did ask a question earlier about how we are funded with the Kokomo Symphony Orchestra. There is a lot of relying on people donating money. That's how we keep the arts alive in our community.
Yes, the arts would not survive without a big portion of that is grant money. If it were not for the National Endowment of the Arts and TAF and the Alan Weitzel Clues group and Lilly, and I mean, you think of so many of these places in Indiana that give money to keep the arts, to keep just any kind of community type events and things open. It's grants. Then you have to have donations, and we used to have a lot more corporate donations. Haynes International is a big help for us. We used to get Chrysler and Delphi, but when they went through their hard times,
Sure.
Right.
all that kind of went away,
Right.
and they have not started up again.
Well, and I think it's worth mentioning that a lot of those decisions aren't made on a local level.
No,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that's it. They're corporate made. They decide where their money is going to go, and they don't really. Those two aren't really doing a lot of community stuff. They're doing more national stuff. But Haynes has made it, made an effort to try to help us every year. And so, and you get smaller companies from here in Kokomo. They're always trying to help
Solidarity
you.
Community Federal
That's
Credit
right.
Union.
Oh, and with
We
the hair
donate every
flip.
year.
Yeah.
Yes. And, it's great. No orchestra, band, chorus, theater group could survive on ticket sales.
No, you're right. They absolutely cannot.
I'm glad you said that because I think a lot of people in the
And I
back of their
think,
mind
yeah,
are
I think
going,
people
ticket
think,
sales will pay for it.
yeah, no.
Not unless you're getting that Taylor Swift level money.
Yeah.
I don't think we are.
I don't
Yeah,
think
no.
we're there yet.
Yeah.
Nobody is paying $1,200 for a
Right.
seat. Yeah, no. But that's about what they would have to pay to supplement our orchestra because it costs a lot of money.
And that's why we rely on donations.
Yeah,
and
I
need
mean-
your donations.
Yeah, I mean we're talking. Some concerts may cost us $35,000 to put on a concert.
Well, and speaking of concerts, we haven't talked about those yet, and we have plenty of them coming up with the Kokomo Symphony Orchestra. What's next?
We will be in the park with the summer concert that the Foster Park, the city puts on at Foster Park. And we're going to have a couple gentlemen, and it's a battle kind of like thing. And they go back and forth. And one plays music from Billy Joel, and one is Elton John.
Oh, how fun.
And
cool.
they're like a tribute type group. And then we fill in, we hire part of the orchestra. They usually need so many strings and maybe they need brass or woodwinds, percussion, and we fill it in. And that one is free. It's at Foster Park on August 4th. And that one is always is a great kickoff for summer.
Right.
Because you can just grab your lawn chair, show up, and you get to listen to a little bit of the Kokomo Orchestra, but you get a fun concert. And then in October, I believe it's, let me look at my notes here. Yes, the 19th of October is our first concert. And it's going to be Olympic Enchantment. We were just talking about John Williams. We're going to have his theme. We're going to have a lot of other music. Just kind of have to go on the website and look. We should be giving out a little bit more detail here soon about what's going to be in the different concerts. And we're doing another kind of fundraiser with the Hobson in November. I don't know if anybody's been to a candlelight concert in Indianapolis, but we're going to do that here at the Hobson.
Love that. That'll be beautiful.
So I don't know if you know about those. What they do is they get strings and like little small chamber type orchestras, but instead of playing Brahms and Beethoven, you play Led Zeppelin.
Love it.
Yeah, Three Dog Night. I mean,
Journey.
you pick a group
Right.
and you do their music.
We've been watching a lot of Bridgerton at our house lately, and if you watch it, you notice that they play very popular current songs, but it's in the orchestra
Yes,
style
they
fashion,
use-
like the Vitamin String Quartet.
Yes, they have Regency orchestras doing like Wrecking Ball. I mean, it's really pretty crazy.
It's cool too.
Yeah, but that's kind of the same thing, and it's a really great date night. I know people who have attended it in.
Night.
You know me?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have attended. They have attended them in Indianapolis. Say they're really well received because everything's lit up by candles. The whole place is just candlelight.
Wow.
Is it actual fire, or do they trust us with real fire, or do we get the
Yeah,
candles
I
with
think
the
they're
light bulb
actual
in there?
candlelight.
Right.
Yeah, and and they usually have like charcuterie board and cash bar and little tables, and you sit and you listen to the music, and it's just a fun evening. And so we'll be doing that in November. We'll have a great Christmas concert coming up, and a special thing that we're going to do in February for Black History Month. We are going to be doing a celebration of African American Black music.
That's great.
That's
Yes,
cool.
and
Yeah.
it's going to be called Harmony of Heritage, and we are going to invite choirs from the traditional Black churches, like Second Baptist, and we're going to have them help us with.
Those big,
exciting.
full, amazing choirs. I mean,
Yes.
exciting
We're-
is that?
So
that's
we're
going to be great.
Yes, and we have a lot of African American composers. We're going to be doing their music, so that's going to be really a nice concert. And we've been needing to do that, and we're going to do that this year. Well, in this
Series.
cycle.
Yeah.
Series.
Yeah.
And then we also do a lot of collaborations. And our last concert was a collaboration with the Kokomo Civic Theater, and we did Sondheim on Sondheim.
Mm-hmm.
And this year is going to be their 75th year.
That's amazing.
And so we're going to do a collaboration in May with them
I love that.
again.
That's awesome.
But this will be kind of like a variety of all the music that they've done in 75 years.
Now, Anna Maria, if folks want more info about the Kokomo Symphony Orchestra, we mentioned the website, kokomosymphony.org. Is there a phone number to reach out to? Where else can we find that info?
Yes.
Google it, probably.
We have a director of development. Her name is Jennifer Holland, and she would be happy to take your phone calls, and that is 765-236-0251. Or again, go to the www.kokomosymphony.net.
.net. All right, don't forget .net. Or just Google it. It will pop up.
It
for
will
sure.
pop up, yes. Why am I thinking it's org? It is .net because I want to do org,
that
but
might have
it's
been our fault
.net.
there.
Yes, but yes, it's .net. And like I said, we have all kinds of things on the website. It gives you the upcoming schedule. It gives you all the information about our upcoming fundraisers, how to donate. We got a donate button.
Yep,
Yeah, well,
please
make sure
donate
you
for sure.
go to the website and donate so we can listen to this music that brings great entertainment, great talent, and great comfort.
Well, I think every community would benefit from having a really nice performing arts society,
Definitely
groups.
would. Yes.
Those groups,
Yeah.
they add so much to the community. They make the community better.
They sure do.
Well, we definitely thank you for entertaining us today and telling us all about your program. And we're so excited to see what's going to be coming up. And the one that you have coming up in June, oh my gosh, a special
fun.
tropical drink, I'm sure, is going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yes.
so you can sip while you're listening.
Yes.
But we appreciate the opportunity, and we're so excited for you all, and we wish you the best and happy performing. And if you need somebody to fill in on the piano, just let me know.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah.
Anna Maria Schrock with us from the Kokomo Symphony Orchestra. Anna Maria, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk about the symphony. So thank you very much.
All right. Thanks so much for watching. This is The Ripple Effect. I'm Jessica. This is Kim. I think we should start calling ourselves the Solidarity Sisters, don't you think?
Oh, Lord.
The Solidarity
help us.
Sisters. The Ripple Effect. We'll have more of these coming up. So make sure you keep an eye on the Kokomo Post and have a great day.